When we consider a national interest waiver, we know that there are three specific requirements for one who is already established himself in an EB2 category. And that is first that they have a proposed endeavor that is of national importance and substantial merit. Secondly, that they are well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor that they have articulated. And third is the balance test. Now, I think this third requirement is the one that causes the most confusion. What does the government mean by a balance test? Well, in order to understand what a balance test or what the balance test is, we need to consider what the national interest waiver is all about. And that is that we are waiving. The word waiver pertains to the fact that we are waiving the requirement for one to be sponsored by a U.S. employer. So you do not need a permanent labor certification approval in order to acquire a green card through a national interest waiver. We are waiving that requirement of permanent labor certification. So the balance test is balancing the U.S. interest in your ability to establish that you have a proposed endeavor that is of substantial merit and national importance, and that you are well positioned to advance that proposed endeavor against any potential harm that could come about as a result of us not using the permanent labor certification process. So we are balancing those interests. So the weight or the balance of the merit and national importance of your proposed endeavor and your ability to advance that endeavor against any sort of negative impact that may come about because we are not using the permanent labor certification process. Now, for those of you, to get a little bit more practical, who are in a STEM-related category, it is often the case that we can really demonstrate that there are a shortage of individuals who are available for your kind of employment. And that goes back to how we define that proposed endeavor, such that the balance will weigh in your interest. So when you're approaching the balance test within a proposed endeavor, it's very, very important to pay special attention to how you define your proposed endeavor, because often that will be the determining factor in proving the value of the endeavor versus the balance in the balance test versus the weight of going through the permanent labor certification process. Two other points with regard to the balance test. One is that there is special consideration given to STEM-related folks outside of the normal proposed endeavor labor shortage. And there's also special consideration given to those who are pursuing entrepreneurial activities. That is because one who is pursuing an entrepreneurial activity, it is impractical for them to have a labor certification process undertaken, right? You can't necessarily have a labor certificate to start your own business, right? It's impractical. Therefore, when it comes to the balance test, you will be in wonderful, wonderful shape. I hope this helps. And if you need more information, feel free to reach out to us. Have a wonderful day.